Hi, I'm NetLock, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Beta. I am having to re-record this intro because I found out like 2 or 3 clips in that the original intro I recorded had some audio bugs, so sorry about that. Anyway, last time we managed to build this little park ranger tower type thing, and honestly I think it came out pretty alright. I'm proud of it. We also got this dog last episode, but I had no idea what to name him, so I asked you guys to name him. It was the comment with the most likes got to name the dog, and the comment with the most likes ended up with the name Balto. So, that's his name. Balto. Hey Balto, how you doing? Hope you're doing good. In between episodes, I built this little pool down here so I could quickly go down when I need to. And I also, added the detail of a nice little path. If you're wondering what the plan for today's episode is, I really want to build like a giant statue type thing. Like, you know the skin statues that people used to make all the time? One of those, but I want to build it sort of like fallen over. I feel like that would look really cool. Have it just laying on its side, all broken up into pieces. I feel like that would be cool. If you're wondering what you missed in the failed recording, you didn't miss much. I just dug out this little bit. Luckily, there is still some viable audio for me to use from this, so I'm gonna cut over to that now, and yeah, I think now time will flow linearly from now on. Alright, bye-bye. While I'm mining out this little area for myself, I think it would be a good opportunity to talk more about what I want this world to, look and feel like. Just explain more of what the vibe I'm going for is. And if any of you have ever watched Loki, you know what the end of time looks like, or the, what's it called? I think it's just called, like, the end of time, or something like that. Wherever people get sent to whenever they get pruned from, timelines that aren't the sacred timeline. I want this world to feel something like that, like an amalgamation of just different things, just that shouldn't be like together but are. So you'll have like a ship on like right next to like the pyramids of Giza or something like that, a world made of like random hobbled together structures that clearly have not been inhabited in a long time. Because like, again, last episode I stated I wanted to do an abandoned sort of vibe to the world, but I think this vibe is more suited to what I actually want to do with the world. Almost like the world is like one massive liminal space or something. Basically just the end of time from Loki if Eliath wasn't around to, delete everything, because I think that would be pretty cool. Just Minecraft's end of time or something like that. No people around, just random megalithic structures to fill the void. Hell, they don't all have to be megalithic structures. Some could just be, random stuff. Like, I'll probably have like a car randomly around or something. Stuff like that would be cool. Now, as for the name of the statue, because the statue I'm envisioning is going to be more Herobrine-esque, I think, than it is going to be Steve. So I do want to call the statue something like the Statue of the Forgotten God or something like that, just because I think that name is just cool. Either Statue of the Forgotten God or Statue of the Forgotten. One of those two, I think, would just be super epic as the name. As some of you have noticed, I've run out of iron, so I must use the stones to destroy the stones. Alrighty guys, well, we managed to finish digging out this little space. We got ourselves a decent amount of cobblestone. Hopefully it'll be enough. I'm not entirely sure. If it's not, then I'll just dig this out more. But for right now, I think it would be a good idea to get this cobblestone smelted anyways, even if it's not enough, because I do plan on making the statue primarily out of smooth stone. Now, this may or may not be a great idea or a terrible idea. I still can't tell which one, but I'm going to divert about a stack of cobblestone to make furnaces, so that way the stone will smelt faster. Hopefully this doesn't end horribly for me and it was just a waste of cobble. Alright, cool, so I'm smelting the cobblestone down here because while I wait for the cobblestone to smelt, I have an idea for something else. You see, last episode we found this little spider spawner over here, and I figured, now would be a good time to just convert it into an actual functioning thing, so that way we could actually start getting wool and stuff, which will hopefully be useful for the statue. Maybe we could find some squids, kill some skeletons, and get ourselves some great eye. That'd be really neat for the statue. Plus the mossy cobblestone will come in handy. Just gonna light up over here so nothing sneaks up and kills me. Huh, noted. Cave sounds kick in very quickly. Got it. If I remember correctly, it's like digging out 2 blocks on every side and then like 4 down, I think. I don't know, I'm probably gonna have to look it up. Alrighty, a bit of progress on the spider spawner. We managed to dig out the spawning area for the spiders. Now all I have to do is just dig out the collection area. So yeah, I'll cut back to you guys when this is done. Cactus. You hear that? That is the lovely sound of profits. I finally finished the spider farm, and it's working phenomenally well. I just turned it on, and I already have like 8 string. This took a while to make, but it's worth it. We're gonna get a lot of wool out of this. It's gonna help us tremendously with future builds. If you're wondering, this design is by Gen Chargers as well. Or I don't know if it's by him, but I got the design from him. I'm very pleased with how this turned out. It's working phenomenally. Like I said, while I was working on the spider spawner, I smelted up all the cobble, and hopefully I have enough stone to build the statues now. now. If I don't, that's going to be a slight issue. But yeah, we have smooth stone now. Hopefully it'll be enough. On a side note, I found out the spider spawner doubles as a cactus farm. Okay, so I think I found myself a flat enough area to actually build the statue in. This seems about right. All I have to do is just tear down this bit of mountain, cover up this little cave entrance right here, and I'll be golden. Also, it's not too far away from my tower, which is a good thing. So let's get to placing. All right, cave's been covered, mountain's been moved. Now it's time to start building. And luckily, we have a lot of blocks to build with. Okay, so we're going to be starting off with the head of the statue. Now, as most of you may know, the head of a Minecraft skin is usually roughly 8 by 8, so I've placed down these dirt to help me, outline it all. Anyway, time to start actually building the thing. Wish me luck. I've already made a mistake. Now, luckily for this build, I do need some cobble, so it's not all a waste. This dirt outline was for nothing. Well, the base outline of the head is done. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, doesn't the head look a bit smushed? Correct. That's exactly the point. You see, the statue is supposed to have been toppled over, so it makes sense that the head is a bit smushed, because the head is actually sideways, and it's kind of dug into the ground a bit. I'm gonna have some, cobblestone bits jutting up out of here, and then the face is gonna go right there. It's just gonna be the singular eye. Now, I'm thinking facial details, hair and stuff, will end up being cobblestone, so his hair would look something like that. I think that looks alright. Alrighty then, I finished the head of the statue. I think it came out alright. Looks pretty good, if I do say so myself. And yes, I did manage to get to all of the sides and do the detailing for all of it. I really like how it came out, honestly. It looks really nice. It's exactly the kind of thing I was going for. Also, if you notice, I added a little detail of having the rubble kind of mounted more on this side. It's as if the head slid into place. So I think that looks nice. So it's like a mix of crushed up bits of the statue and some of the dirt that was pushed up in front of it. Honestly, I really like it. And this is kind of the design I want to keep going for the rest of it. So I'll cut back to when I made the torso, because honestly, there's no point in me showing you the process over and over and over again. That's why I started with the head, to sort of give you guys a small little demo of how I go about doing this kind of thing. Alrighty, so I managed to finish up the torso. I think it came out pretty nice, honestly. I especially like the fact that it's broken in two over here. That looks really cool. If you couldn't tell, the shirt is actually cobblestone and then his skin is just smooth stone still. But no, I've done some detailing on all of the sides, again, the streaks of material just left behind as it lunged forward during the collapse. Some mossy cobblestone blended in so that way it looks more worn down. Ugh, let me take care of that. That's not supposed to be there. There we go. But yeah, honestly, I like it. I like how it came out. I also just point out one more detail. The cracks, or where it split, is actually matched on the opposite side. So if one wanted to, one could just slide them back in together and they'd fit in perfectly, which I really like. I'm really happy with it. Anyways, time to move on to the legs, filling in another cave. Alrighty, we finished up the legs. I think they look alright. I didn't add any rubble at the bottom because this is supposed to be where it just kind of appeared one day. This is obviously going to be stable from here because it didn't, smash down or anything, unlike the rest of the pieces. However, if you'll notice, there's a chunk of it that was broken off. It's on the ground now. So there's that. We've got some of the details on the side and the back of all the wrinkles and stuff. So that's pretty nice. And now there's only one piece left to build, and that's the final arm. Now, all of these pieces have been fairly simple to build, but I really want to challenge myself with the arm, so I'm going to be making it diagonal. So it's going to be, it fell here, landed, and then toppled over going this way. And I think that's going to look really cool. Just a diagonal arm. I think it'll look nice. So yeah, I'll cut back once I finish the arm. Alrighty guys, well, we've finished up the arm. I think it came out pretty nice. Again, just like the rest of the build. This is my first time trying to build something diagonally like this, so I hope you guys like it. Now, the grass hasn't completely grown in over it, but I did add a little extra detail of some dirt being brought up from when it collapsed. Even more over here, because this bit of the statue would have had a higher velocity slamming down into the ground. Also, I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted these trees to be removed, or if I like the fact that it looks like it just kind of smushed the leaves in the trees, and I think I like the smushed leaves better. As you can see, I tried to keep some of the detail of the Steve skin where I could, though I primarily wanted to keep the front of the Steve skin intact, so whatever would conflict with the front of the Steve skin just went, so I just didn't do that bit, which happened quite a few times, but it doesn't change much, honestly. Anyway, with our statue ruin complete, I've run out of time for today's episode, so with that being said, I would like to thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and if your birthday was today, happy birthday, and as always, goodbye! There are squids in the spider farm. What?